That's a pretty good smell. I mean, if you had to draw a cartoon picture of what a tropical island looked like, I think this is what it would be like.
Well, we're calling it country.
Yeah.
Like United States of America, United States of America.
Well, should I try for Mr. Bush or Alex? I don't know what his name is.
I don't know either. Just say Providencia.
Providencia, Providencia. This is sailing vessel Des Moines. Sailing vessel Des Moines, over. Okay, so we just anchored in the little harbor of Providencia, and we had a conversation on the radio with the dock master, and because of the coronavirus going on right now, we can't check in until apparently there's some World Health Organization officials that have to come out tomorrow afternoon, come onto the boat, check us out, make sure we're not infected, and then we can park up on the government dock and do the rest of the clear-in procedure. So we're gonna be hanging out here for the rest of the day and tonight, and hopefully things will go okay. He kind of mentioned oh, Panama is not accepting anyone, so I guess we'll try and get some more information on that. Otherwise, beautiful island. I can't wait to enjoy it. But we'll just be sleeping anyways. We're just both exhausted, hungry, tired, boat's a mess. So it'll be good actually just to sit on the boat and so we can clean house a little bit before we enjoy all this. So this afternoon we got an email from Eric, who's our Panama Canal agent, updating us. And basically, currently there's no check-in or check-out of the country. And please hold and do not head down to Panama until the scenario is changed. What this basically means is that we may not be headed down to Panama straight away. We'll be here for a little bit. Hopefully we'll be allowed into Colombia. So that email update sort of confirms what the harbor master was trying to convey to us. We didn't quite understand him very well, but he was saying that there's nothing in or out of Panama, which was sort of a surprise to us, but certainly possible with the COVID-19 coronavirus thing going on. If we can't get through the next couple of weeks, it's going to be really hard to imagine going through the Pacific in a timely manner. So we'll have to sort of kind of think about it, and we'll see what unfolds, and kind of just go from there. We were planning on staying here for a week just to, I don't know, it's a beautiful island, and then just sort of wait and see what was going to be unfolding with Corona. There's some stuff we got to take care of at home a little bit, things happening there, so we want to stay here on this side of the, in the Atlantic before we cross over into Panama, into the Pacific. So we may be here for a little bit longer, or I don't know, I really don't know what's going to happen, but that's sort of where we're at right now. So we can't go to Panama until that's sorted out. So hopefully it gets sorted out sooner rather than later. And if it's, if it turns out it's closed for 4 or 6 weeks or whatever, we're gonna have to really seriously kind of reconsider our cruising schedule. So it is what it is. So I'm not really sure how to feel. It feels I think if anyone ever watches this, by the time you watch it, you'll understand that like it's sort of New York City is like it closed all their restaurants. The New York public schools are closed. Illinois closed their restaurants all for like 2 weeks. More and more countries are locking down their borders, and it sort of feels like, I mean, they're floating the idea of just closing the entire country down for 2 weeks. Everyone on lockdown, on house arrest or whatever. In the United States, like we're getting bits and pieces of information, and it just like it seems insane. I don't know, like even if everything, I don't know, it just doesn't feel right to like just be vacationing around in a sailboat while all this is going on. We have to get back and like figure out what to do. There's some things that we have to sort out with Alicia's business, and we're not going to be able to move around. So at this point, we're pretty much leaning towards like we were going to maybe leave the boat in Rio del Dolce in Guatemala, and like leave it down here, and then like go back and like figure some things out, and come back down in like 6 months or a year and like go through the canal again once all this is over. But it seems more and more like we're just gonna have to sail back to New York. We don't even know, I don't even know if we'd be able to fly in at this point. Delta's got reduced service. I don't know what that means. So it's looking more and more like we're gonna have to just provision here, and then it'll probably take a week and a half or so to sail back up to New York, where we'll leave the boat, and then like we'll have to like rent a car and go back to Indiana. I don't know. I don't know how to feel about it. It's like everything we've been working for this cruising trip is sort of coming to an end now. I don't know. So it also appears that the Colombian Coast Guard or Navy is guarding the entrance. That is the reef entrance to Providencia. If it didn't already seem like it was getting bad enough, that seems kind of crazy. That just showed up overnight. That is the Colombian Navy. They've closed down all the borders to Colombia, and as such, we have not been checked in yet. We are under 15-day quarantine before we could check in to Providencia or Colombia. In addition to that, if we were to have checked in, we wouldn't be allowed out. So, long story short, we're preparing to leave now. We've got a really good weather window up to Florida. This sort of, without getting into details, like it's rare to have a weather window that is that good, that long. It's like 10 to 15 knots on the beam. I mean, we'll be nosing into it. Long story short, like it's a good weather window. We're going to take it. We're going to get back to the United States. That's sort of over a little bit. It's it's hard to, what a problem we have. Oh no, well, we can't sail around the world, but that's sort of what's happened in the last 24 hours. We found out that Panama is closed, and like countries all over the Caribbean are closing, like Honduras, Guatemala. No one's accepting anyone at the moment. There's really no place else for us to go. I mean, it'd be one thing if we were stuck here for months on end, but we don't really want that either. We need to get back, and like there's things with the business we got to figure out, and like we just have to, our window for crossing the Panama Canal we're already kind of cutting it close, and even if that resolves itself in the next like 2 weeks, it'd be too late. So that's sort of over, and then so yeah, we're now We're gonna make a lunch here, have a good meal, and then it'll be about 8 days before we get to Florida. And that's it. And then we're gonna just go up the ICW. The plan, which may change, is currently to put the boat back in New York, in City Island, and just sort of figure out our lives from there. But right now we're trying to solve one problem at a time, and that is we can't check in here. We're not gonna wait 15 days just to be here then for who knows how long, and not be able to get back, or I don't know how long they're going to quarantine Colombia, but if we're here, we won't be able, it's very possible that we're not going to be able to get out. So that's kind of the situation that we're in. So that's what we got to do. We have enough provisions. We've inventoried like the boat, how much water we have, how much food we have, and our neighbors over here were very kind. They have a water maker. We threw them a couple gallon jugs, and they refilled it for us. So we've got plenty of water, plenty of food to make this 8-day passage to Florida, where we'll probably be quarantined for 14 days after we get there. So, you know, again, it's kind of a big bummer. It's a lot to take in, but that's the situation that was changing minute by minute, hour by hour, and that's kind of where we're at. Yeah. Beautiful island that we didn't get to visit. We saw. We know how pretty you are.
I get 20 knots on Thursday.
Okay, so that's it. We've made our sort of escape from Providencia. Went by the naval vessel. It looks like they allowed us to leave. They're not chasing us. And it's going to be 7 to 8 days to Key West. And that's just time on the ocean, and that's going to be it. I'm not going to film anymore. I think everyone has seen enough of the boat moving through water and the ocean passages. It is much the same. We're luckily right now it's a pretty good point of sail. This is the gentlest taking it on the nose I've ever felt. I hope it stays that way. And we're really, both of us are just really sort of bummed about the whole thing. So just see what happens from here. I don't know, we'll pick up where we left off maybe a year from now, or maybe not, or it's really tough to say. But so now we're heading north. And